The first 100 days of Donald Trump's presidency, wow. They sent powerful political and economic shockwaves around the world. If you blinked, you probably missed something huge. So, let's take a good hard look at what actually went down in those first few months. Right off the bat, Trump wasted no time flexing his executive muscle. One of his biggest moves, that controversial travel ban targeting several mostly Muslim countries. The backlash was massive. Airports were flooded with protesters, lawyers camped out, and there were, of course, a flurry of legal battles. He doubled down on his border wall promise too. Remember that? Pushing Congress for even more funding, sparking another round of heated debates. Then came his assault on healthcare. Trump's team went all in on repealing Obamacare, leaving the poor and sick to fend for themselves. Bills flew around Congress. But at the end of those 100 days, the hope for big win just wasn't there. Repeal and replace. How about a health warning to the poor, like living too long can be harmful to your country's economy? On the economic front, Trump promised big tax cuts for businesses, for individuals, you name it. The idea was, as usual, super simple. Cut taxes, boost jobs, supercharge the economy. There was a big push for infrastructure and manufacturing jobs too, all part of his fabled America First mantra. Foreign policy. Well, that got dramatic really fast. Trump slammed our NATO allies for not pulling their weight, making headlines and rattling diplomats. And when Syria used chemical weapons, Trump ordered missile strikes. A strong signal that once again the US wasn't afraid to use military force. Meanwhile, the questions about Russia and their part in the 2016 election just wouldn't go away, fueling months of investigation and speculation, which then mysteriously died away. Then, judicial appointments hit the headlines again. Trump nominated Neil Gorsuch to the Supreme Court, which thrilled conservatives, but which could eventually come back and bite Donald J. Trump in his presidential seat. He made it clear he wanted judges who'd stick to the text of the Constitution, so no judicial activism here, if you please. And now we get to Trump's continuing stormy relationship with the media. Of course, X became his megaphone for firing off his latest policies, insults, and defenses in the usual 280 characters or less. He called out fake news, which of course is any news that disagrees with him, feeding both his supporters and his critics the Donald J. Trump worldview. On the policy side, Trump rolled back environmental rules because, as he has frequently said, climate change is fake news, so he pushes fossil fuels. He then backs school choice over traditional public education. Supporters loved the tough talk on energy and education. Yeah, make America great again. But critics, you know those among us with a little bit of common sense, saw the grandiose moves as short-sighted and extraordinarily damaging. As for public reaction, let's just say it was loud and clear in its condemnation. Approval ratings stayed low. In fact, they were the lowest in 80 years. And protests like the massive Women's March showed just how divided the country really was. So, Trump's first 100 days, well, they were perhaps the most disruptive and definitely contentious of any administration in US history. Love him or hate him, no one can ignore the devastating impact of his incredibly ill-judged, badly thought-out decisions. And we all know it's true. That's exactly how he likes it. As far as he's concerned, there's only one thing worse than being talked about, and that's not being talked about. Please like and subscribe to keep truth alive.